What is poppin', everybody? What's poppin', everybody? It's Monday, so what does that mean? It means LacedUp Live is here. It's 7 p.m. How's everybody doing? Coach Dub with me here as always. How are we doing today, Coach Dub? I know we kind of little try it. Come on.
I'm here.
Coach Dub is a little on the struggle bus today. Yeah. He's kind of struggling a little bit.
A little bit.
But we have a very, 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 very exciting episode for you guys because not only are we going to be talking spring game, spring portal window, recruiting updates, because we got a lot of really big recruits coming in this upcoming weekend. We had a lot of them last weekend. We also have a very special guest. We have a very, very special guest joining us later on in the show, Elijah Bo Barnes, newest Texas commit, 4-star linebacker out of Dallas Skyline, just is going to join us. So that is going to be super, super exciting. Make sure you stick around so you guys can watch and hear him talk about his recruitment, family, how Texas is just kind of taken over. So let's just go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and get started talking about the spring game. We do have, so for those of you that don't know, the Texas spring game is this Saturday, April 20th at 1 p.m. It is Texas football time, baby. Let's go. I am so excited. I can't wait. How are you feeling, Coach Dub?
Wow, look, that's bad. Look, I'm feeling, I know that's bad, right? I feel like I got like a smoker's voice. You know what I mean? I've been smoking since I was 12 type.
A little bit. Struggling a little bit, but
I'm excited about the spring game. You just want to see improvement, right? You want to see how the guys have improved over last year through the offseason, how big they are, how stronger, faster they've gotten. Yeah, man, just spring game's always fun, right? It's fun for the fans and fun for the kids to get to kind of show where they're at.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's exciting, especially with how Sark and everybody has been attacking the portal, both in and out, you know, just with the way that they've attacked it. It's going to be interesting to see how the new incoming guys, how they play out, how the chemistry with them and Quinn, with the second team, with Arch, you know, like how all of it is meshing together and how these guys are going to end up playing together in September. So spring games aren't the end all be all, but it is very exciting to be able to get the crowd involved, get some fans in the stands, and just see what we got cooking for this upcoming season. So what are some of the things that you are hoping to see from the offense, from the first team offense, Quinn and company? What are some of the things that you're hoping to see from Quinn?
Y'all gotta excuse my voice. It sounds like a dirt bike or some shit, but it's bad, my voice is almost gone. But
we're pushing through it though. You got this.
For Quinn, right? Year 3. Like you want to see a little more consistency. I don't know. I don't expect too much as far as I won't get too high or too low in the spring game, right?
Yeah.
I care about mistakes, right? Because I want to see where you're at mentally. But other than that, I want to see the guys play fast. That means they're grasping the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
No injuries.
Yeah.
That's number 2, right? And
yeah, right.
Number 3, I just want to see a team of guys like compete and really get out there, honestly. That's all I want to see. Like that's all you should expect in the spring game. I know some people are like, oh, we're going to the championship game. Did you see that throw? It's like, dude, chill out. It's a spring game. We suck, man. It's a spring game. Chill out. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, it happened last season when we had Arch Manning in the spring game, and you had Arch Manning come in, make his debut, and that's all you get are all these narratives. Oh, Arch sucks. Arch is great. Arch blah 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 blah. It's good or bad either way, no matter what way you try to spin it. And with the quarterback room and the way that it does right now, it makes a lot of sense why these narratives are going to be spread because we look really good at quarterback for now. So what are you hoping to see from Arch? Because I know you said that you're looking for consistency and everything from Quinn, but what about that second team? Because some of the things that we heard coming out of this past Saturday were a little rough.
I mean, let's just see how much he's grasped of the offense, right? Let's see how much control he has. Making checks at the line, getting people lined up, switching to another play. So I just want to see that from him. not holding on to the ball, making quick decisions. That'll give me a key indicator that, okay, he knows where everybody is. He knows what the defense is lined up in. So, yeah, that's all. Nino, what's up?
I was about to say what's up to some of the people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us this Monday evening. It's LacedUp Live. We are here. We are in this. So make sure you are liking, commenting, subscribing. We will be taking questions throughout the show, including whenever we're talking to Bo Barnes. So make sure you guys get your questions in, comment, like, subscribe. Go subscribe to Inside Texas. It's $1 for the month. They are
actually, you know what?
Oh, did they switch it?
It's a promo. You get 2 months for $1 now.
Ooh, even better. Even better. So make sure you go subscribe to Inside Texas for 2 months for $1 right now. That's where Coach Dub, Justin Wells, all those guys over there are working hard every single day in and day out to get us all the information on recruiting, spring ball, coaching staff, portal. Like they work their butts off. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to Inside Texas, subscribe to LacedUp, follow us on all of our social media accounts. Spring ball. I know we got TikTok chiming in. We're live here on YouTube. We're all over the place, but I'm just so excited to see everybody interacting, to seeing everybody join and like and all this stuff. It's really, really cool. It's really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching and joining. But let's go ahead and talk. What?
I even got my little sister to join. Hey, this is
we're moving on up in the world.
Yeah, Avon, chill out.
We are moving.
I barely got a voice.
We are moving on up in the world. So, what are some of the names? Like, let's talk specific names. Who are some of the names that you're looking to see this Saturday? Who are some of the guys that have been intriguing you throughout the first few weeks of spring practice?
The law firm, Bond, Cook, and Golden. And more.
The law firm. That does sound like a law firm.
But I want to see DBs. I want to see Muhammad, Gilbo, Makuba, Taft, Derek Williams, Brooks. I want to see how those guys play. I want to see linebackers. I want to see Hill, Benda, Blackwell, LaFau, like that backup, that 2 deep. I want to see those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, I want to see the defensive tackles. I want to see how they perform.
What are you expecting from the defensive tackles? Because we've heard a lot about how well the run game is doing. And do you think that means that the run game is just as good as advertised? Or do you think that means that the defensive line is struggling in ways that we haven't been used to this past season? I
think it's both, because offensive line is good. Offensive line is great.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I think they're struggling with run fits.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're getting confused by what they see. Mm-hmm. Just basic technique stuff. Don't get reached. You know what I'm saying? If somebody blocks down, if somebody goes away from you, somebody else is coming. So make sure you fit inside the gap, right? And it's just little small things, but they got to get used to doing it over and over and over again. So I just want to see them fix run fits and just play their gap. And if you're getting double teamed and drop an anchor, it's okay. If you take out 2 people, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you get pancake. You took out 2 people.
Yeah.
Hold your ground best you can, right? But those are just small things I want to see.
Well, because at least be disruptive, right? Like at least get hands in there, get a foot in there, get some sort of disruption in that run game to where you're at least slowing them down, right? You at least want to be able to disrupt the run game at least a little bit. And I think that, we were spoiled with Tavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy probably going first round. Tavondre Sweat doing Tavondre Sweat things. I don't want to get into the full topic, but I do. Let's just kind of, since we brought up the topic for a second, let's just hit on it for a minute, because a little bit more of the story has come out. So what do you feel about the whole Tavondre Sweat thing? Like, how much money do you think he lost himself? Like, what do you think of the situation?
I think he lost a lot of money. Yeah, I think he's probably to drop a few rounds. Depending on the team, somebody might take him early still, but it's just you don't do that right now with everything on the line, right? I know it's not all the way his fault, but it is his fault.
Yeah. So, well, because he was the senior in that situation. He is the leader in that situation.
Yeah.
And even though it's obviously like he didn't rear end himself, but he still got in the car inebriated and made a decision that he shouldn't have made. Because not only did it put himself and his teammates at risk, but it also put other people, innocent people, at risk as well. And it's just something that is very, very dangerous. Do not drink and drive. Anybody that's listening, get an Uber, walk. It doesn't matter. Do what you got to do. If you do not feel safe or comfortable behind the wheel, do not get behind the wheel. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. I don't mean to get on a soapbox, but
that's say it's okay because everybody does it.
No, like, for sure.
Don't be the example. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's all about setting the example, not being the example. So that's a little bit of a sore subject, but it kind of leads into a little bit of the transfer portal. We'll get back into the spring game in a second. I want to talk a little bit more about the defense, but we did have a couple transfers hit the portal today or announce that they had the intention to hit the portal today, and that's going to be Billy Walton Jr. or Billy Walton II, sorry.
Yeah.
And Peyton Kirkland. Peyton Kirkland was another one, and then obviously Baron Sorrell has hit the portal as well. So those are a few of the names that have hit the portal currently. What are some of the other positions and everything that you expect to see a little bit of attrition out of?
I'd probably say offensive line a little more, maybe defensive back room, maybe another edge or two. Like you never know. Maybe even a tight end, because the young guys have come in and they look good. Jordan Washington, Amari Black looks good. So you never really know who's going to be pushed out.
Yeah.
Who's going to go on their own. And so, yeah.
Well, and it could end up being one of your favorites, it could be one of your favorite guys from the last class, favorite guy from the couple classes ago that you don't want to see go, but that's also the price you pay whenever you stack classes the way that you do, whenever you attack the transfer portal the way that Steve Sarkisian and company does. That stuff is extremely important, and it's a double-edged sword because you're happy for what you see from Sark and company and the way that he is handling that as a GM, as a CEO, as well, not as a GM because that's Brandon Harris, but you know what I mean, like as the main head honcho of Texas football. It's a good thing to see that that's how he planned, or that's how he's attacking everything. But it does suck whenever you see some of your favorite guys end up being casualties.
It's tough. I also think that coaches, how can I put this? If you're third or fourth string, I ain't trying to develop you. I'm just trying to win next season. So
is that the actual mentality though? Like, I'm not saying that you're saying that that's like the Texas coach's mentality, but is that like a general mentality from a coach's standpoint? Like, obviously you have, because I mean, there's 85 scholarships. Like, there are 85 scholarship players on that team. So we're not saying, like, we're keeping it real.
That's what
we do. That's what we do on this channel. We keep it real. So let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
Okay.
I want to teach you the playbook.
I
want you to go out there and perform. I feel like you ain't got it. I'm getting somebody else. It ain't anymore. I'm gonna develop you. By year 3, you're ready. I'm gonna invest in you. That sounds good when I recruit you. Man, that shit ain't happening.
Do you think that has to do with like NIL and the portal and how quickly it seems like your program can flip? Like, your entire program can just flip on a dime because of the NIL and transfer portal and everything. So do you think that that's exactly like why it is that way?
I think it's the portal, because I can go get a guy who has playing experience and bring him in and let him play, right? Honestly.
Yeah.
I'd rather go get a Trey Moore from UTSA and develop a guy 3 years down the road when Trey Moore is already ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just a game.
Yeah.
Coaches and teams, everybody, you want to win now. There's no more of stacking talent. And think about it. Nick Saban used to be able to do that, stack talent. Every year they had a team, but they were actually developing and coaching, right? Now, even as an incoming freshman, everybody looks at these 4 and 5-star guys, right? When they're ranked, they get there. If they got to teach them how to run routes and do a lot of things, more than likely they're gonna transfer. I'm gonna be honest with you, because even high school guys coming in, that if you got it down or you don't. Like that's why you have some guys who train with like a margin hooks, right? Jonte Cook knew how to run every route. Like Xavier Worthy came in, he knew how to run every route. He was good already.
Yeah,
he played too, right?
The talent was already there.
Talent. So those guys who have a big learning curve, how much patience do you have with them? You give them a year. Hey, Billy Walton just got there last year.
Yeah. So it's truly like I said, it's truly like a double-edged sword because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then on top of that, like say you do hit the portal has become a black hole for so many players. There are so many players that'll hit the portal and won't find a home.
Right.
And so a lot of people hit the portal thinking that it's going to take them to greener grass, and it may work in that favor. It may work in your favor. It may not. And you may have played your last snap as a college football player.
I think so I think it's a mindset because most kids want to play big time Division I football, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to go down a level.
Yeah.
If you go to Texas, more times than not, you're going to find another Division I school because you played at Texas.
Yeah.
Right? Just like
because it's kind of like it's a little shot to your ego to feel like, okay, well, I'm transferring now. Like it's a little bit of an ego shot to have to take a step back. I was at Texas. Why am I sitting here trying to go here or go there?
You have that. It's the same thing with high school kids. They all want the big time offers. They frown upon so-called smaller schools. Like, why?
Yeah.
If I'm getting a free scholarship to play, I don't know, Lamar, Stephen F. Austin, who has a great staff, by the way, and Commerce, hey, they really love me and want me. And then I got Texas coming in late. Most kids are gonna be like, thank you, but I see Texas. It's like the girl walking down the street. Ooh, this one over here is loyal. She's everything. She has everything you need. But this girl got on the red dress, and so you're following that. Like, no, stick to over here. A lot of guys chase that logo and big name, and then they don't play.
Yeah.
But if you go over here, you ball out. Guess who's going to come at you anyway? Because the portal.
You're still going to end up getting that opportunity no matter what. I mean?
So
yeah.
Just mental make. I tell kids all the time, man, go where you love and want and where you're going to play. Because guess what? The NFL will find you no matter the logo. I don't care about logos. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Players across the board. Play where you're going to play. Go where you're going to play, but they love you. If that's Texas, you know where you stack up.
Yeah.
You know
For sure. For sure. And I mean, like, you know where your pecking order is type thing. Like, and I feel like, what do you feel? Do you feel like Sark and company have been pretty honest with these guys about where they are in the pecking order, just based off of who we've seen portal and the type of attrition that we've seen under Steve Sarkisian? I feel like it's been much more calculated. And like he actually understands his roster a lot more than maybe previous regimes did. So what do you think about that?
Man, they all have a guy that manages the roster. They look at it every day. They go in the team meeting room, coaches meeting room. The board is up on the wall, so you know where everybody is. And throughout spring practice, that thing probably changes. The biggest resemblance is, well, not resemblance, but everybody watch NFL Hard Knocks, where they go in and they're talking about it's the same thing. And as they go through spring practice, who's at the bottom? You're probably in red.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, well, this is who I got coming in. Boom, 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 boom. Like, it's just tough conversations got to be had.
Yeah.
So, they know exactly what's going on. They know exactly, who they should kind of guide. They go play somewhere else.
Yeah.
They got coming in, whoever's on the bubble for next year. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good to know where you stand, and it's good to know that the coaches, for the most part, seem to be being pretty honest with these guys as to like where exactly they are in this pecking order, and not giving anybody any sort of false hopes or dreams or anything like that. And I feel like that's super important when building relationships with these guys and maintaining those relationships. So I want to just gonna go. I want to kind of jump into the comments real quick and just kind of say hi to some people, because we've gotten some people commenting. I've got Nino from Nino's Sports Corner. Join in tonight. Thank you so much for joining. We've got Cody, who's been here pretty often. Thank you so much, Cody, for joining. We really appreciate you. It's so nice to see some familiar faces, to talk to some of you guys every single week. It's really great. We got this one here on Twitter. So P. Dayton just said, who are they speaking of whenever we were talking about transfer portal and attrition and what that means and everything. And we were just speaking in general. We weren't necessarily talking about anybody in particular. But one thing I do want to say is I do want to give a big shout out to the guys that are in the transfer portal, because I hope they find a good home. I hope they go and ball out. They deserve the best. None of these guys deserve hate. None of these guys deserve anybody talking down to them because they're transferring. It just is what it is. It's the name of the game. And as fans, we have to accept it and move on, because it is what it is. You know, the portal giveth and the portal taketh away, you know, and the portal just might giveth. So there's a reason that Sark and company are having these conversations. There's a reason that we're seeing some of these younger second-year guys hitting the portal. There's reasoning for that. So I think just being able to have that mindset and making sure that we are maintaining our maturity and not bashing anybody or throwing hate towards anybody just for making the best decision for themselves. I think that's super important. But back to the comments real quick. Hey, Hunter, I'm just kind of going through what's up, Jay Steele. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting.
Hey,
Let's kind of get back into spring ball a little bit, or spring. Whoa.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Words are really hard for me right now, but
it's
spring game. That's where we were going with that. Let's get a little bit back into the spring game, because we talked a little bit of D-line. We talked a little bit about the quarterback, the receiver, the law firm. Is that what you called them?
Law firm.
The law firm in Cook, Bond, and Golden. I like that. That's a good little that's a good little thing. What about the running backs? What are we hearing from the running back room? It's seeming like we're going to be hearing a lot of the tandem of CJ Baxter and Jaden Blue. But what about like the guys like Savion Red? Do you think that he may have a chance to see the field a little bit more often? Do you think that... Go ahead.
Ooh,
no, go. Well, and I wasn't saying just Savion Red specifically. I'm just talking about the guys that are a little bit deeper down the depth chart that we don't see as often. We don't hear about as often.
I love Savion Red. Just because who he is, what kind of player he is, what kind of person he is. Like, he can get off the bus first. Like, he'll start a fight. You know what I mean? I love that. Most people don't.
That's that GP in him.
It is that. Yeah, that dial word. You know about that. Savion's the person you need on your team. I just don't know where he fits as far as carries, because of Trey Wisner, who's really coming on. Red is very good in short yardage, special teams. If he wants to stay, I think they'll find a role for him, because he's just too good. You need that kind of toughness on your team. But
yeah,
he may want to play, and who knows? Red may.
Well, because we saw the Red Cat a little bit last season, but I mean, it was
the Red Cat.
Kind of made my eye twitch a little bit there. It was kind of... It was good. Okay, so when it was successful, it was fine, obviously, but when it got bad, it got bad.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that it looked good when it looked good, and when it looked bad, it was like, yikes. Right. That looks so bad. So what are you how do you expect Sark to approach the actual teams themselves? Because last year he did it kind of like a little draft. Do you think he's going to do the exact same thing this year? Do you think it's going to be the ones versus the twos, the 1 versus 2, 2 versus 1, like first team offense, second team defense, first team? Like, how do you think that they're going to go about
I think
the setup of the spring game?
Mix and match. First offensive line, first team quarterback, maybe second string running back receivers, or a second string receiver at the X, a first string receiver at the Z. Just kind of mix it up. I know some people don't use that and say, "Hey, this is our starters. These are our second string."
Yeah,
it's gonna be mixed. Like last year was mixed. Terry and Gavin Holmes ran together. Starting ended up being Brooks and Watts.
Yeah.
So you just never know. It's gonna be a mix and match, I really think, because to me, that makes a better team when everybody can kind of play together. So late in the season, when people are subbing in and out, you're used to playing with that person, right? You got some familiarity. I trust this dude. He's gonna be in his spot. I don't have to cover him. So yeah, I think you'll see a lot of mix and match.
So you think it's more just about like gaining that chemistry, gaining that trust, being able to actually get into a live setting with a lot of the new guys, the young guys, because we're hearing names like Colin Simmons and Trey Moore off the edge. We're hearing, Gavin Holmes is stepping up and on the back end. We're hearing names that we either weren't here last season or they were kind of in the background a little bit last season, or they were, so.
I would say for first and second string, yes. Third and fourth string, that's probably set. I'll be real with you. That's probably.
I mean, I feel like that's fairly obvious though, because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Like, where you are on the board. Like, it goes back to making sure that we maintain those relationships and maintain that open line of communication with our guys that, hey, this is where you're at right now. This is where we need for you to be. If you can't get there, if we can't work together to get you there, then it might be time to dip for a second,
if I was a player on the bubble, spring game, I'm going out there and mess somebody up.
Yeah.
Not to stay.
Yeah.
I get paid elsewhere.
You're like, well, because that's ultimately what it is. Like, you're putting you're putting action on film, that you're putting plays on film. You're putting all of this stuff together to be able to kind of sell yourself to other programs.
Right.
Because a lot of these guys that are transferring are guys that hadn't seen the field, that don't have those in-game reps, that don't have that in-game film to be able to, outside of what happened in high school, which for a lot of these guys is a year, 2, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that can happen in that time with your body, with your development, with the way that you approach football in general. So I think that's just, it's the name of the game now. And unfortunately it sucks because, like, I mean, we saw it with Malik Murphy last year, or not last year, but I guess it was last year because it was in December. But whenever he hit the portal, I know a lot of Longhorn Nation was pretty sad. We were pretty sad to see him go, but I think a lot of us are really excited to see what's going to happen with him and the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah.
We've all been seeing it on Twitter. We've all been seeing it everywhere, seeing the friggin' dimes. He's throwing the crap out of the ball. So good for him. I'm really, really happy for Malik Murphy. And I'm really hoping that the guys that hit the portal, Peyton Kirkland, Billy Walton, and Samaje Burrell, I really, really hope that they find good homes because they deserve it. And so it's a sad topic, but it's something that unfortunately is just kind of the name of the game right now. But I want to kind of transition into recruiting a little bit because we had some big time recruits coming in last weekend. For those of you that don't know, we did have a commitment. 4-star linebacker Elijah Bo Barnes committed to the University of Texas this past weekend. He will be on the show here in a little bit, so make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment down below. Make sure you get your questions in for Bo because we got a good show to continue on later on. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share with all your friends. It's going to be a really good time. So love that for us. What?
I said facts.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the dirt bike. I'm sorry. If you just joined, I got a dirt bike voice going on today. It's bad.
It's a little rough, but you're doing pretty good though. I'm proud of you.
I'm trying.
You're pushing through. Is it hurting?
No, it doesn't hurt.
No? Okay, good. Have you just been talking too much?
Yeah, I guess so. I had like 4 different shows today.
Oh yeah, blame the shows.
If you subscribe to InsideTexas.com, you can see me live with my voice.
Ooh. It's like an audiobook. It's like an audiobook for your articles. Make sure you go subscribe to Inside Texas. Make sure you go subscribe to Inside Texas. They are running a special right now. It is $1 for 2 months. You can get all of Coach Dub's articles. You can get articles from guys like Justin Wells, Ian Boyd. There are so many different guys over there that work their butts off day in and day out to get all of the content for all of us fans. So make sure you're going and showing them some love because they work their booties off for us. So who are some of the names that you are looking forward to seeing this upcoming weekend at the spring game?
I think we're still working on the list because you never know. Kids got so much going. Who's going to be there? I posted a few names on Inside Texas today that you can go see, but the list is still being built because it's Monday. Kids got so many invites, like to go to so many spring games. You never know where they're going to be.
Yeah,
but I think closer to the Saturday, maybe like Wednesday or Thursday, you can see, right? And then there'll be something put out of who's coming. So pay attention to either Twitter or Inside Texas. Like it'll be a list out, but right now, it's so kids undecided.
Yeah. Well, who are a couple? Okay. So who are a couple names that you are pretty sure are going to end up being there that you're really excited? You're really excited to get to see, or you're really excited for them to get to see what Texas has to offer.
I'll say Keontae Armstrong, who has a Texas offer. He tight end out of Jasper. Oh man, got to see that kid this weekend.
I was about to say Keontae Armstrong was also on the 40 acres this past weekend too. Correct?
No, I saw him at on overtime OT 707.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
See this big 6'5" guy out there moving, and man, hey, that dude's good. Trying to think. Imari Winston, the actual commit.
Current Texas tight end commit. Yep.
I call him Baby Antonio Gates. If you know who Antonio Gates is, he's built like him. He runs like him. Everything catches like him.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take Baby Antonio Gates.
A Hall of Fame guy.
Right? Like I'll take it. I ain't mad at it.
You got Jamie French, who was dude, like I can't talk. Oh, Joe, what's up? Sorry. Dorian Leonard joined. That's a former Longhorn great. You know what I'm saying? Play receiver for us.
We got Dorian Leonard watching us right now. I am honored.
Another 903 legend, you know.
Beast Texas, baby. Beast Texas.
But it's a lot of other guys. I'm trying to think of somebody else who said they were coming. I need to go back to the Inside Texas list and see. It's a few names. Those two or three for sure.
Coach Dub got to go subscribe to Inside Texas too.
Yeah. It's just fresh. It's fresh. But it's been a lot. Y'all gotta forgive me.
That's fair. So what do you think about Coach Johnny Nansen, the very first recruit that he seems to get is Elijah Bo Barnes, somebody that Texas fans should be very, very, very excited about. What do you think of that? That seems to be a pretty big first splash.
Yeah, that was him. That was him texting me now. He's trying to join, but that's big. Coach Nansen speaks who Coach Nansen is. Come in right away, build that relationship. Kind of tells the kid what he's about. Able to show it. Show what he is about. Like watching the live practices, it's perfect. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get Elijah in here now. He said the link is not working, so hold on.
Okay, so we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. So we will have Elijah Bo Barnes here. Oh my gosh, why can't I talk? On here in a second. There we go. We're working really hard on it, but I'm really, really excited to see. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit already, but I'm excited to see Quinn. I'm excited to see Arch. I'm excited to see the new receivers. It's going to be a good time, and I'm just really excited about this up and coming weekend. It's going to be super, super fun. Coach, what are you doing? You were like zoned.
I'm trying to guide him to getting on. Sorry.
He's on. He's on. Hold up.
Oh shit. Weird.
Hold up. So we got Laced Up Live presenting.
Yo,
what's up? What is up? How are we doing? How are we doing? How are you doing, Bo?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us on Monday. This is super exciting. It's the first interview that we've had here on Laced Up Live. So thank you for being the inaugural guest, the guinea pig. We appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited. I'm glad to be on. Glad for y'all to have me on and make this happen.
Right. How are you feeling since the commitment? How has the high kind of worn off a little bit? Are you still super excited? Like what's the vibe like now?
I mean, I'm very excited. It's a lot of relief, a lot of, overwhelming gone actually. I should say, a lot of weight off my shoulders. I can just really just focus on my team and focus on the season. I don't have to worry about, going places. I'm just officially, I'm 100% locked in with Texas. So
that's great to hear, because that's something that a lot of fans obviously get nervous about, especially committing when you did. So that's something that people get nervous about, but that's so great to hear you say how excited you are and everything. You were obviously a very highly touted recruit, taking visits to play high powered programs like LSU, Ohio State, those types of places. What was it about Texas this past weekend that really made you pull that trigger, that really just kind of set it in stone for you?
First off, the people. I was just surrounded by great people in general. The whole coaching staff, the players, just showed a lot of love to me and my family. Just got to experience, different things at Texas. I got to see, the facilities. I got to see, what they do in the day, stuff like that. I just kind of like, I want to be a part of that. And so, that's why I kind of really pulled the trigger with Texas. So.
Well, that's super exciting. You talked a little bit about your relationships and everything and how they were built through the staff. What exactly was it about those relationships, and which coach actually was the one that kind of stuck out to you, the one that you kind of built the best connection with?
Coach Nansen, Coach Johnny Nansen, the new linebacker coach. He just really just showed love, from the first time he came and seen me at my school. When I went to visit up there, he just showed love to my family as well. And I just felt like, he can just develop me into the player that I want to be. He could just instill stuff, instill football stuff into me and get me ready for the next level, I should say.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I'm sure that's an important part of it for you as well, is not only the development part of it, but just making sure that they care about you as a human being as well, So
Yeah.
What was it about their interactions with your family, and what was it about like how they interacted with your family and how they treated your family that really kind of set it in your mind that this staff is who you wanted to play for?
Like I said, the first time we visit up there, just showed so much love. And that really stood out to me. Obviously, I want my family to be, in the best position as well, because they're relinquishing me, to the coaches and to this new phase of my life. So that's important to my parents as well. Who am I going to be surrounded by? The environment there, the culture, stuff like that. So, it just kind of stood out to me, what the whole coaching staff, really was just good to my family, showing a lot of love, respect to them. So, that's what I loved about Texas the most.
What?
I lost my voice, but he got a great family. Like, if you ever get to meet his mom, dad, hey, he came from a great family, a great home, man. Like, he'll be one of the best young men you'll ever meet. I'm just had to put that out there.
See, and those are the types of things that we want to hear. As a fan myself, I'm obviously just doing this because I'm a diehard Texas fan and I love being involved with the program. I love talking Texas football. And so as a fan, it's it's nice knowing that we're on that track to recruiting the Elijah Barnes. We're recruiting the guys that we know are going to be these top tier guys, both on and off the field. So speaking of that, we hear all about the football stuff. We hear about your speed, the physicality, all of that kind of stuff. But I also want to know about Bo Barnes, the person. So what is it that you feel like that you're going to bring to Texas, both on and off the field?
First of all, you're going to get an outstanding young man, you know, is going to be about his business. That's the first thing in everything I do. You're going to get a respectful kid. That's second. You know, you're going to get a kid that's willing to work. You're going to get a kid that's dedicated, committed, and I'll be accountable. You know, they're going to count on me to do what I'm supposed to do. So, you know, that's really what I'm bringing to the table, and, you know, win games. You know, I'm going to come in with the mindset. You know, I'm not coming in, you know, with the losing mentality. You know, I got a different mentality. So I'm coming in, you know, as a freshman, you know, making my mark early, you know.
You say that with confidence. I love hearing that confidence in your voice. I love the intent that you have whenever you're speaking about what you know you're going to bring to the Texas squad. And that's just so exciting, like I said, as a fan and everything. So obviously you have a couple former Texas X, or you have a couple Texas X's. You have a formal oh my gosh, my words I'm struggling right now. Sorry. But you have a couple former Longhorns coaching you at Dallas Skyline. So what was their reaction to your commitment? How did they feel about it?
I mean, they really kind of knew, you know, because, you know, I always been going back to Texas, you know, because I just loved it so much. So they just kind of really knew. Coach Scott, Coach Jenkins, you know, they just really just told me Texas is a great school. You know, what they rebuilding, you know, it's gonna be a great for me, great fit for me and stuff like that. But they always told me, you know, go where it's best for you. You know, it's not about the school. Actually, it's about yourself. You know, it's about what you want to do. You know, where your heart leads you. So that's kind of where my heart leading me, you know, to Texas. So.
That's really, really exciting. And what was it about Austin, the city? Because I'm assuming you were able to kind of see the city a little bit. What was it about the city itself? Because we talk a lot about Texas and how intriguing the university itself is, but what was it about Austin that sold you?
I mean, the city is nice. You know, they still building things down there. Like, you know, they got tall buildings and stuff like that and things like that. But it's just, you can make so many connections down there in Austin. You know, it's a lot of people, you know, working businesses down there in Austin. You know, they have this company, they have a hotel, you know, they own. And, you know, it's just kind of different connections. And, you know, I want to get into business and stuff. So, you know, that's a good way, you know, to connect with people down there in Austin. You know, it's a big business industry down there. So.
Oh, absolutely. Did you tour McCombs?
No.
So you didn't get a chance to tour the business school yet?
I passed by it. I didn't go inside to just see it. I passed by it. So.
I had a lot of restless study nights in the McCombs building, so I have a little bit of PTSD from that. But it's like, dang, maybe I don't. Let me not make you second guess your choice here, real quick.
Oh, I want to go. Got me there a little bit.
You're like, ooh, about that.
Restless night.
But it's nice to know that you're committed to not only football, but you're committed to the city. You're committed to your education. You're committed to that kind of stuff as well. Was that a part of what sold it for your parents as well? What were your parents most excited about?
They was really most excited about, you know, where I was going, you know, just where I'm going to be living for the next 4 to 5 years. You know, they just want to know certain things like that, you know, just to make sure I'm safe. You know, they don't want me in, you know, bad environment, you know, and then people just doing certain things to other people for no reason. You know, it's just great people everywhere down there in Austin. You know, that's where I want to be, and that's where my family wants me to be. So.
And that's where you're gonna be. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna pass it over to Coach Dub for a second. He's got one question to ask you, but before I do that, make sure you comment any questions you have for Bo in the comments below right now. We're going to be taking some questions, so make sure if you have any comments for Bo, hit the like, comment right now. Let us know what you want to ask him. But Coach Dub, you want to take it over for a second?
I'm struggling over here, man.
Struggling.
Voice of mine has just went away. Like I've got a chance to know Bo, I guess, over the past few months, man. It's just amazing. For the first time I saw him, right, I knew it's about his business. Like, you know what I mean? I saw him in the weight room. He was in there taking charge and leading. And I knew right then, like, he was different, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm really proud of him, right? Because I know he ain't my kid, but you can tell.
Yeah.
You see a kid, you're like, man, he got a chance to be special. I'm proud. Wherever you want to win. I'm glad he's going to Texas, but it's like, man.
He's like a proud dad.
Big brother, but
proud big brother.
Yeah.
It's proud big bro.
I know what kind of kid Texas is actually getting. I can't wait for the fans to get to see that. Like, man, special kid, special family, like I said. So you did a good job, Lacey, asking all the questions for me in my absence of my voice. So
okay, that's fair. No, that's fair. But I just got a couple more questions. Now that the commitment is kind of out of the way, the stressful part from the commitment is out of the way, what are you most focused on? What is your next step? Where is your next goal at?
Focus on my team. Make sure my team is in the best position to win. Because, I'm the leader now. I'm the senior. I'm the older guy in the group. So, I got to lead by example. I got to lead by, saying things. Well, actually not saying things. I can actually lead without saying anything, really. If I do certain things, they'll do certain things and they'll just follow. So, and then on the field, I got to be that vocal leader, on the defense side of the ball. Just put my team in the best position to win and hopefully make a playoff run and hopefully make it to state, win state. That's the goal for this season.
That's always the goal, right? Going and winning state is always the goal. Going and winning some sort of hardware after working your butt off all season, I'll take that any day.
Absolutely.
So what are you good for this upcoming season? Like, let's do a little prediction. Like, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good
this upcoming season.
I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm gonna dominate. That's all I gotta really say. I'm gonna dominate this season. I'm gonna work my butt off. Day in, day out. It's gonna show. I'm gonna just say that it's gonna show on the field this season.
I'm going by Skyline. It started spring ball, so I'm coming by. I'm going by. I'm gonna get some footage.
Some footage.
Yay! Hey.
The way you did that was so like
he's good. Footage. He got some teammates that can play. Yeah, y'all don't sleep on Skyline this year. I'm telling you. When I went by there.
Who are some of the names? Okay, but who are some of the names that we need to look out for coming out of Skyline? Let's put some kids on the map real quick. Let's hear some names that we need to look out for.
Me personally, I'm putting my whole team out there. The whole Skyline.
Okay,
team,
yeah, go ahead.
Got some crew. We got the whole crew on here. I'm gonna just shout them out. But nah, man, we got some really good players on both sides of the ball. We got we really deep now. With the team. We got a lot of older guys on the team. So, but it's two more linebackers that's really good. His name is Rohan Clarkson and Adam DeWay. I'm gonna shout my boys out. But it's our linebacker crew. It's seniors. It's gonna be some trouble this season. From both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
I'm telling you, I love the confidence. Like, you just exude confidence. You exude that toughness, that grit that we all beg for as Texas fans. So I'm really, really excited to have you. I'm excited to have you in this class. All of us Texas fans are happy to have you. What are some of the things that you saw this past? Just one more quick little question that I forgot to ask whenever we were doing other questions. But what were some of the things that you saw during practice last week that were intriguing to you? What were some of the things that you saw from coaching to drills that you liked, or what were some of the things that you saw during practice that you liked?
I'm gonna start off first with the coaches. I saw a lot of caring for the players. Whenever they messed up, they'll get on to them really like quick. You know what I'm saying? If their alignment wasn't right, if they wasn't doing their assignment, and the technique part, that's all. That the little things are important, to them, because it all show and it all be in a game. Everything that you do at practice will, translate into a game. It was just like I just seen, every coach and every player that did something wrong, coaches just jump on them quick. Get to the ball, run to the ball, do this, do that with intent. You got to do it fast. And it's just the player was just like, man, say we're gonna get after it. And it was just all competing. It was just competitiveness out there, from both sides of the ball, offense and defense. A lot of trash talk. That's gonna happen in football, but
as it should be.
As it should be, absolutely.
As you should.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just a lot of intent at practice. A lot of energy. A lot of movement. A lot of people moving around. There's no walking. Everything is fast. That's what I really like about Texas. It's a fast-paced team. So it's gonna
just feel like you can just kind of jump in and start causing chaos.
Yeah, and get started. Everything is a fast pace. You can't. You just read and go. You gotta go. There's no hesitation to it.
Yep. Love that. So we do have a question here from Victor. He says, what other interests do you have outside of football? What are some of the things that you like to do outside of the football field?
I really don't do much. I really don't go out. I don't go out to parties.
That's good.
I'm not a big party dude. I never was. I really just stay to myself. If I really do have free time, I'll either be watching film, or doing homework, something like that. Getting more
football's your hobby.
Yeah, really just getting more information into my brain and knowing things, because when I get to college, it's really it's all I'm all about my business. That's all. I'm trying to get to the next level.
And that intent is exactly what's going to get you to the next level. That intent, that heart is exactly what's going to get you there. So the fact that you have that mentality at such a young age is very, very admirable. And it's something that a lot of kids can really learn from. So I'm happy we were able to have you on. I'm happy we were able to kind of bring you on and showcase who you are as a person, showcase what you feel like you're going to be bringing to Texas. Thank you so much, Bo, for joining. I really, really appreciate it. Do you want to go ahead and give yourself a little shout out? Let everybody know where they can go follow you, where they can go see your film, go follow YouTube, Twitter, anywhere, anything you want to promote. Go ahead.
Everything is Elijah Bo Barnes on Instagram, Twitter, Twitter. What did I say? Twitter, Instagram, and that's about it. That's the only two socials I really have.
Okay.
Y'all can follow me at Elijah Bo Barnes on both socials. So
make sure you guys go follow Bo. He is the newest Texas commit out, 4-star linebacker out of Dallas Skyline. Thank you so much for joining. Hook 'em.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. I'll catch up with y'all later.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
No, ma'am.
That was an awesome interview.
Yeah, good man.
He is a very, very good guy, very nice guy, very respectful. And I know I kind of complimented him on it a couple times, but he just exudes confidence. The confidence that he has in himself is almost inspiring. Like, I know that sounds kind of corny because we're just sitting here talking on a podcast, but like the way that he's sitting there talking about himself, you can tell that he's just very intentional with what he does. And that seems to be something that Steve Sarkisian preaches is intent and making sure that people are intentional with their actions and their words. And you can tell that that's something that is very, very prevalent for him.
Yeah, I think that's why I spent so much time like getting to know him. Once I saw him, I was like, yo, this is a player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man.
It's nice to be able to see how much of a badass he is on the field, how nice of a person he is off the field, and how good of a guy he is, and how he seems not only to just be a learner of the game, just like a student of the game. He's a student of life. Like, he was talking about doing homework and everything. Like, he seems to just enjoy learning just in general.
Definitely. I think he's really that kid. He's really that person too. He's not just for fun. Like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
And, this is so funny. This time next year, we're going to be talking about him competing in the spring because he graduates early. So.
Oh, so he is going to be an early enrollee.
Oh, yeah.
Let's freaking get it. Let's get it. I'm just like over the moon right now. That was such a good interview. He was so cool. It was so nice. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go follow us on all of our social medias. I will also update the description and put all of Bo's social medias in the description as well to make sure that you guys can go and follow them. Victor said, now we just need Petition. And I agree. I'm with him on that one.
We'll talk later.
How if you want to know more on that, go subscribe to Inside Texas.
Look, use the promo code IT1. 2 months.
Use the I will say it just so everybody can hear what it is. Use the promo code use the promo code IT1 to get 2 months for just $1 over at Inside Texas. That's where Coach Dub is over there all the time with amazing guys, Justin Wells, Ian Boyd, Eric Naleen, like those guys over there work their butts off to make sure that we all have the information that we need about our Texas football team. So make sure you go subscribe there, subscribe here, subscribe everywhere, like, follow, comment, show some love, all of the above. Thank you guys so much for joining in on this live stream. Thank you to everybody that commented. It was great. This was so much fun. I'm so excited to be able to do this every week, and this is because of y'all. So thank you guys so much.
Question.
What?
Should we give them a little tidbit what's coming?
Okay, fine. Just because I like to talk. So, so one of the things that Coach Dove and I have been having in the works is we have been working on kind of a Where Are They Now series. So one thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be sitting down, talking to some Texas exes, talking to some guys that played football at Texas previously, seeing where they are now, seeing how they're doing, see where their life ended up. And that is going to be, it's going to be an episode every single week. I'm not 100% sure exactly what day it's going to go live just because we're still working on the logistics of everything. But that is something to look forward to. We're going to be bringing on some really, really cool Texas exes. So I'm really excited about that. Coach Dub, what do you think? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm excited. It's just good to catch up with guys I know, maybe since they were high schoolers, see where they're playing football, still in the NFL, or doing something else.
Well, and those videos are going to be much more like conversational. It'll be less of like an interview and be more of just like a natural conversation. Right. So if you guys have any ideas for any names for that segment, make sure you leave them in the comments below because I'm unoriginal. So the reason that I came up with LacedUp is because my name's Lacey. So I need some help in the comments with some different ideas and stuff that might be a good idea for that segment. Like I said, it is going to be kind of like a Where Are They Now? Just kind of catching up with former Longhorn players, former guys, seeing how they're doing, what is going on, all that jazz. So I'm really excited for that. Like I said, that'll be a video like that will be going live sometime within the next couple of weeks. So that series will get started again soon. And once again, we're live every single Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. We're going to be having interviews like this all the time. We're going to be getting a lot of different guys on here, talking ball, talking spring ball, talking all of the above. It's super exciting. Thank you guys so much. I know I've said it a million times, but I really appreciate it. This was very successful, and I really, really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much, and see you guys next week. Hook 'em.